Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode here on European Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it was sent to me by one of our dear sister. The message reads like this: Hello, Brother Nashi, how are you? Can you please post my own story as hidden identity? I came here to South Africa. This was in 2011 when I came here the first time I came. Then I started working, but I used to work in Limpopo. Then I returned back home. By the time that I returned back as a migrant, I was now living in Johannesburg, South Africa. So I came again in search of a better life. And life was very hard when I first arrived in Joburg. But eventually that was when I partnered with a South African woman. Together we opened up our small canteen. So we were serving meals to some workers in the area where we have our canteen. Business, I don't want to lie to you, it was slow at first and we were struggling to make ends meet. What really pained me the most is that I had made this woman to believe in this vision that this canteen that we were going to open up, it was going to run so smoothly. A child, her daughter at that time, she was in matric. She then told me that she had saved up a little bit of money and she wanted a daughter if she was going to pass to go to college. And I promised her that this canteen, it was going to give us good returns. All that I had to do was the one who would be at the forefront because she was going to work as a nurse. So she would just come back after work and she will check on how much we were making. Brother Nashi, what I did something that I now truly regret. She kept on complaining and she was like, are you even checking the books, my dear? Because it seems as if we are losing money on a daily basis. But I kept on telling her that it was going to work. It had to work, Brother Nash, because I was here and I did not have any plan. This was the only plan until I suggested that it was far much better that we visit at least a Sangoma. That is how it started. We went and we visited a Sangoma. At least we were at that Sangoma's place. We were then given some charms, and these charms, we were supposed to use them at the place where we had our canteen. But by the night, even though we had been given some charms, but these charms, it seemed as if they were not even working at all. Then I thought that it was far much better the next time around that I was traveling back to my own country to visit my own traditional healer in secret without the knowledge of my business partner. So when I arrived at that traditional healer's place, Brother Nashi, out of desperation, that was when I was told that I was going to be given a charm. This charm, I was supposed to give it to my own business partner. And what we had to do is that if we were going to boil our underwears, our dirty underwears, the one that we would have been wearing throughout the day, like the previous day, and we were not supposed to wash them. Then the next morning, we were supposed to come to work whilst we are wearing them. Then we remove them. Then we put on a new underwear that will be clean. As for those dirty underwears, then what we do is that before cooking the pap, then I would cast some kind of spell or a charm that would make men flock to our canteen. So as the water is still boiling, that is when I throw in the used underwears in there until the water is like boiling, and then I will take the milli-meal, then I'll start to prepare the soft porridge. So this woman, since she is a nurse, sometimes what she does is that before she goes to work, she passes through our canteen, then she goes into the container and removes her dirty underwear. She leaves it for me. Then when I come to work later on, it's around 9 when I start to prepare the meal, because we start to sell like really big at around 11 until 1 to 2 p.m. That is when we are really busy. So when I get to work, when I open the container, all that I have to do is that I go and I take a own used underwear and I also remove my own used underwear. Then I mix everything, and after I would have mixed everything, then I will start to cook. And after cooking, you will see that people, they will start to flock, especially men. You see that men, they are always chasing after women. So that is the idea behind these rituals. Just like men, what they do when they are chasing after women, and these men who have been coming to us, they are our loyal customers, because what is it in this world that a man can love than what is between a woman's legs? So that is why we use these used underwears. So we have been spending more and more. So most of these men who have been coming to us, they are our loyal customers, spending more and more time and money as well at our canteen. But with time, I have started to feel uneasy. Deep down, I know that what we are doing, it is not just wrong, but we are also manipulating the spiritual forces. And if it was not for this, we were not going to succeed. And us succeeding, it is not because of the quality of our food or our service, but because we are using something that is unnatural to control and to exploit these men. The guilt has been weighing deeply on me, and I have started to feel ashamed of what we are doing. I know that this is not honest business that we are doing, but what can I do? When I came to this country, I thought that I was going to make it big without using any charms. So me and my partner, there are some effects that we have been seeing on our kids. As for my son, who is still back home in Zim, he honestly wanted to be an engineer, but he has since started struggling with school. There are always complaints that I receive from back home. I am always being told that my son, he is always drinking beer, and now he is into taking these drugs. And as for my partner's daughter, she is also like a loose woman. We do not even know how many men she is dating. You name them all. She has been dating Somalians, Ethiopians, men from Zim, men from Ghana. She just does not choose anyone. She has been sleeping with men left, right, and center. But we are making money. So me and my friend, we have been asking ourselves a lot of questions, like, these charms that we are using, are they the ones that are making our kids to be so uncontrollable like the way that they are right now? And for us to stop, it is quite difficult because we depend on this canteen. Well, as for me, I depend on this canteen more than my friend does. At least he has another income, but she has since moved out of the location, so she is staying in the suburbs. And for her to be able to pay the bond on her house that she bought in the suburbs, it is because of this canteen. So if we were to close the canteen like today, I know that my business partner will never be able to pay up the bond and some of the credit cards that she took later on. As for me back home, I already built a house in the villages. Now I'm just telling myself that if we can do this like this year and next year, then I will be able to buy a stand in the city. Then I'll just return back to my country. Whenever I speak with my business partner, when I say that I do not feel okay about what we are doing, she is like, there are other people who are even sacrificing their own kids just in underwear. What is wrong with an underwear? Besides, once the water is boiling, when the water is boiling, it kills each and every bacteria that will be on our used underwears. So that is what we have been doing, me and my business partner. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our dear sister. That was the translation of the message that she sent to me. Strange things indeed they do happen in this world.